Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. First and foremost, if my lighting is weird, I'm really sorry. I only have my ring light because I broke my other two lights and I'm waiting on some new ones to arrive to me. So if the lighting is weird, I do apologize, but I am so excited for today's video because I'm going to be filming my first update in my 2019 project pan. I'm so excited about this. If you guys are new to my channel, I have pretty much become obsessed with project painting. I think it's so much fun, so cool just to learn about makeup consumption, your own habits, and truly learn about how long it takes to go through makeup. So I'm really excited to share my progress with you guys today. I definitely feel a lot better about my progress in this project pan than I did about last year's 18 and 2018 project pan. I only ended up finishing up 4 products out of 18 in last year's project, but it was my first time doing a year-long project pan, so I definitely learned a lot along the way. So I have some really exciting progress already to share with you guys, and I'm really excited to share it with you. So if you are interested in seeing my progress in my 19 products that I'm trying to pan this year, then stay tuned. But first, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you'll consider doing so before you go. I post videos every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And without further ado, let's get into my progress. Okay, so I have already finished off one product. There is still a little bit of product left in here, but I literally cannot get any more product out. This is my mini Marc Jacobs lip gloss in Sugar Sugar. There's not a stopper. Actually, there is a stopper to take out. Ooh, I didn't realize that. Well, if you look inside, which you won't be able to see inside, you would see that it's not even product that's settled down at the bottom here. It's literally just the sides. So I'm cool with calling this good. I got some really great use out of this right away in January, and I finished this before February even started. So I was super excited about that. I definitely focused on my products, all of my products, a lot in January just to really get a good jump start. In February, I kind of eased back a little bit. In the last couple weeks here in March, I've definitely been focusing on my project pan products again. So I'm really excited that I've already finished off one product that feels really good. So next, let's talk about the 2 foundations that I currently have going in this project. The first is my Dior Forever Skin, and when I started, I had about half of this foundation left. I do love this foundation. It's one of my favorites, but it's not the best shade match for me, so I really only wear this when I'm filming lately, which is kind of a bummer. I don't wear it on day to day, but I never wore it on day to day before anyway. I would typically only wear this for special occasions. And now I am right here. So definitely some good progress. I could definitely see myself finishing this up by the next update. I don't know if they sell this foundation anymore. I know that they just recently came out with a luminous version of this as well as a matte. So when I finish this up, I definitely want to try the luminous one. Again, this was one of my favorite foundations. I definitely need to find a better shade match though. And then the other foundation is another one that's not a great shade match for me, but again, a foundation that I love. This is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This is in the shade Nude. I have it on today. It's just not the best shade match for me. It's a little bit dark for me. So again, I typically only wear this when I'm filming. This is one when I finish this, I definitely will repurchase this foundation just in a better shade for me. And I have gone through a bottle of this already in the past. So I know I love this foundation. When I started, I was again about halfway, and I haven't used up a ton of this just because I've been more focused on using the Dior one first, and then I will focus on this. I'm still not concerned about completing this. I think I should have no problem finishing this up in this year. So a little bit more minimal progress on this, but this is not one that leaves me any concern. I also have 2 primers that I'm working on. So first, I have my Becca First Light primer, and when I started, I had about 3/4 of the product left, and now you'll see I have less than 1/4 of the product to go. This is the primer that I have been focused on. I've used this so much. I've almost exclusively been using this primer. I've mixed in a couple primers here and there, but I've used this a ton. This one I got on sale during the 21 Days of Beauty for Ulta, and I'm not sure that I would repurchase this one. It's a good primer, but for me personally, I have others in my collection or others that are out there that I want to repurchase that I just personally enjoy more than this one. So that being said, I am excited to finish this off, get it out of my collection, and call it good. I still do have pretty much a full backlight priming filter that I need to get through as well, but really happy about my progress with this one. And then I also have the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer. Now this one I started with almost a full tube, and minimal progress on this one because I've been so focused on the Becca one. This one I'm sure I'll have no problem finishing up before the end of the year. Again, this one I do enjoy this primer. It's not hard for me to use. I don't dread using it. But I just have other primers that I prefer. So once I finish this off, I will not repurchase. I think I actually got this during a 21 Days of Beauty sale too. So really excited that I got to try it, but did not become a favorite of mine. I also selected 2 concealers for this project. The first one is my Naked Skin Concealer, and this one has minimal progress. As you can tell, this is the line that I started at, and this is the line that I'm at. This was not the one that I was focusing on. I only used this a handful of times throughout the course of the last 3 months because I've been focused on testing some new primers, and then also focused on the concealer, and then I've been focused on the other concealer that I have going in this project, which is the First Aid Beauty Bendy Avocado Concealer. I started at about the halfway mark, and I am down to about 1/4 of the product left. I have not taken the stopper out of this yet, but I'm hoping that by my next update I will at least have taken the stopper out, if not have finished off this concealer. I really like this concealer. I like the formula, but I wish the shade was a little bit different for me. They only have 7 shades to choose from, so it's not my perfect concealer, and I'm not sure. I probably would repurchase this. This is one of my most favorite concealers that I've tried. I used to love the Naked Skin, but the more I use it, the more I'm like, I just haven't found like my perfect day-to-day concealer. I do love the Too Faced Born This Way concealer for like a full coverage look, but on days that I don't want like a full coverage concealer, I just haven't found my perfect like formula that has my perfect shade. So anyway, that is my progress on my 2 concealers. Next up, let's jump into one of my powder products. This is my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, and I'm happy to report I have some good pan going on this. Now this is a thinner pan, and I did hit pan on this in January, and then I put it away for a little bit, and now I've been using this again. I don't think I'll have any problem at all using this up in its entirety throughout the course of the year. In fact, I'm hoping to have this gone by the next update. Again, a very thin powder, so every time like I tap into this, I swear the pan expands even more. I like this powder, but for $45 with the amount of product you get, I feel like it's not necessarily a great value, not necessarily worth it. And there's other powders that I feel like I can use in place of this that I'm just as happy with that are less expensive. So once I use this, I don't see myself repurchasing. For bronzer, I have the Becca Sunlit Bronzer in Capri Coast, and super excited to show that I have some really good pan going in this as well. I wasn't expecting to hit pan in this as soon as I did, and my original goal for myself was to just hit pan and like have a pretty good pan going by the end of the year, but now I definitely am hoping that I can finish this off by the end of the year. I do love this bronzer. It is one of my favorites. I have been using this pretty much exclusively the last 3 months. I took a little bit of a break in February and have been playing around with the Tarte Park Avenue Princess, and then every now and then I'll pull out a different bronzer, but I have been using this so much, and definitely have progress to prove that. Okay, so here's where it gets interesting. We're moving on to blush, and I selected 2 blushes, which I just should not have done because blush is such a frustrating product to pan. I was also doing a different project that I had a blush in, so I haven't used either of these blushes that much. We're going to start with my Essence Satin Touch blush. You probably will not be able to see any progress in this whatsoever. I actually do have this on my cheeks today. It's a nice, very neutral, very wearable blush, so I'm hoping, I don't know, like if I can hit pan, that would be ideal, that would be incredible, but at least at the very minimum, I mean, at the end of the year I want like the pattern to be worn away. I want this to look very used. But blush is a super discouraging product for me when it comes to project panning. The second blush that I had in this project was my Flower Beauty Flower Pots blush in Sweet Pea, and I have decided that I'm going to roll this blush out and roll in a different product because it just gives me anxiety to have even one blush in my project, let alone 2. So I'm going to roll this one out because this one is a more wearable blush. I feel like this one is more easy for me to use from day to day. I still love the Flower Beauty blush, but for me, for some reason, I just really like to cycle through my blushes and use a different blush a lot. So it's hard for me to just like force myself to stick to one blush for an extended period of time. Therefore, in order for me to not get discouraged, this is just, we're rolling this out, and I'm gonna roll in a powder highlight, which I'll share with you here in just a second. Okay, so I did already start with my Fenty Beauty highlight, Kilowatt Highlight Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. This was already in my project pan. Super excited to announce I have hit pan on this side. My goal is to use up this entire side. I don't see myself using up this side completely. If I could hit pan on this side, that would be amazing, but I actually hit pan on this in January and I was shocked. It is a little bit more of a loose powder, so it's not as tightly pressed as some highlights, so it was a little bit easier to use highlight, but this is by far my favorite highlight of all time, so I love reaching for this. Not hard for me at all. And then to replace that blush, I'm going to be rolling in my second favorite highlight, which is my Natasha Denona Glow. This is the original, and this is in the shade 1. This is what mine looks like now. My goal is just to hit pan in this. I'll insert pictures, or I'll take like an initial picture. I think with some continued use, I could hit pan in this as well, which I never thought I could hit pan in a highlight. So even hitting pan on this was exciting for me. If I could hit pan on 2 highlights in a year, that would like make my day. So I feel better about having 2 highlights rather than 2 blushes. And actually I do have a third highlight. This was also something that was originally in my project. These are my Cover FX Custom Enhancer drops, and these are in Sunlight. Now, when I started, I was at this mark right here, about 2/3 of the way done, and I've only used these a handful of times, so there's really no progress, and it's really hard to see progress. That was kind of just a guess for me. I think I like looked in here and tried to like guesstimate based on where the product was. This will be a little bit easier for me to use in the spring summertime as I start to transition more to like cream products. I've actually been using some cream products lately and starting to really enjoy them, which is so unlike me. But my hope is to get some great progress the next 3 to 4 to 5 months on these. Even using this at like underneath my foundation, just to like give it a little bit of a glow through my foundation. I love to use it that way, and then I like to use these as an actual liquid highlight in the summertime. Hoping to finish these off. This is going to be a bit more of a challenging product for me just because you use so little product, and I used to love these, and now it's just kind of like there's other highlighting products I prefer over this. So this is going to be a challenge, but I am still hoping to finish this off in its entirety by the end of the year. So I had 2 eyeliners that I'm including. The first one was this Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On. This was a smaller one. This is in the shade Starfire. And when I started, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I'm gonna try. I was here and now I'm here. Very, very minimal progress. I think I've sharpened this like 1 or 2 times, but I've only used it a handful of times. I just find myself reaching for my other eyeliner that I have included in this project more because I love to go into my waterline with just a dark brown. It's just what I'm comfortable with. So that leads me to my Essence Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil in the shade But First Espresso. I've sharpened this quite a few times, you guys, but my progress, again, I don't know how well you'll be able to see. This is my starting line, and now I'm here. I was expecting to see more progress from this. So my hope is still to finish off this pencil by the end of the year, to finish off both, really. But this might be more of a challenging product than I had originally anticipated. So we shall see. I use this pencil so much. That's why I'm really surprised that the progress is, it's more minimal than I expected. And then we're gonna finish it out with 3 more lip products. First, I have my Fenty Beauty Original Gloss Bomb. When I started, I was right here, about halfway done, and now I'm down to here. I've used this so much. I love this lip gloss. It is one of my favorite formulas, and I also just repurchased. I also just purchased Fussy, but I've been trying to use this more before I really bust Fussy out so that I can get some good use out of this. You get a ton of product in this. If you hear something, sorry, there's vacuuming happening upstairs. That might be really loud. Okay, I tried to wait till the vacuuming was done. I can't remember if I finished what I was saying about this, but love the gloss bomb. It comes with a ton of product, so I still think I'll finish this, but I do think that this one is going to be one of those products that like just keeps going and going and going. So really enjoy this. This is one that I always take with me, or like that is always with me, so it does get a lot of use, but there is a lot of product. Then I have my Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in Lazy Daisy, and I've used this a handful of times. I do think this is going to be another one of those challenging products, just because you do get a good amount of product in this, and I'm not wearing a liquid lipstick every single day, and when I wear this I usually am not reapplying it either. The thing I do love about this is that it is a very wearable color, so I could wear it every day if I wanted to. I just don't like wearing liquid lipsticks every single day. This is my favorite liquid lipstick formula though, so I do really enjoy this color. It will be a challenging product. I will be curious to see my progress over the course of the next few months. It's hard to say, like, you can't see any sort of like progress or anything with this thus far, and when I brought this into the project I had maybe used it 1 or 2 times, so progress is minimal on this, but I'm really excited to watch the progression of this product. And then lastly, I have my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Rum Punch lipstick. I do still have quite a bit of lipstick left in this. This is my favorite bullet lipstick, and I actually forgot. I did forget to make a marking for like the beginning of this, so I made a first update marking on this so that we'll be able to see, or like, yeah, see more progress or tell the progress better at the 6 month. I have used this probably like 10 times. I feel like I've gotten good use out of this. This I think will be a challenging product, but I really, really want to use this up by the end of the year. I'm confident I can do it. I want to push myself to do that. Again, I love this lipstick. It's super comfortable, super easy to wear. I love the color. This is one that if I do end up using this up, I definitely will repurchase this because I love it that much. I almost forgot. So I also have, I'm actually coming back on later. I have the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade 2 Vanilla. And I'm probably gonna have to insert a picture so you guys can see the progress in this. I've been using this as an eyeshadow primer. I haven't really been using it much as an actual concealer, but there's significant progress in this, which is super, super exciting. I'm hoping to have this done or almost done by the next update. But after that, you guys, that concludes my first update in my 19 and 2019 project pan. If you guys are currently working on a project, let me know what products you're seeing good progress with. Again, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you'll consider doing so before you go, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!